How is it going, my friends? We are back with another video in my series of improving the division. Hopefully everybody that finds himself listening to this video is having a great week. If you're not, man, shoot me a message. Let me know if there's something I can do to help you out. I'm always around if somebody needs a little help, guys. Don't feel free to ask me if you guys need anything or have any questions. Drop a question below, dude. I'm here to help you guys out. But today, my video is focused on improving the PvP aspect of the division, or rather an idea I have that could help improve the PvP in the division, the end game PvP in particular. Again, this is an idea I had, an opinion obviously that I thought, I don't know how, I'm not a developer, guys. I don't know what it takes to make these kind of changes in games, so take it with a grain of salt. I may be putting something out there that would take them, a year to do. I don't know. But if they could do this, I think it would definitely help improve the endgame PvP. And one of the things I think they could do is if they had the ability to create a I don't know if we want to call it dedicated PvP, but maybe a dark zone that had certain parameters set, right? Like they've come out previously in the past, Hamish, other news that has come from Massive about how they would prefer that the game that they want it to be that kind of MMO style type of game, right? They want it to be the different builds, they want to have the different stats. They want you to look at a build and say, hey, look, I want to run, I kind of want to be the tank, I want to be the support, I want to be the DPS. And as up to now, we all know that typically what'll happen, especially in the Dark Zone, is you'll run into... there'll be a meta, right? There'll be one set of builds. Like right now, you've kind of got the Alpha Bridge, Predator's Mark build. I think the game's actually in a pretty good spot right now, personally. But, there, it can definitely improve. And there's a whole lot of RNG involved in the PvP. Some people farm for hours, for days, don't get jack. Some people farm for an hour and they get, a god roll build, come into the DZ and they wreck. So it's difficult to say that it's, if it's in a good place or not. There's opinions saying yes, there's opinions saying no, obviously. But in my mind, if there was a way to create a kind of set PvP where there was a little more, not, I don't want everybody to be the same, obviously that would be boring as hell, but I'd like it so that people got to the point where they could choose builds that wouldn't make them, I'm trying to think of the right word to describe this, I think the best way to describe it is just go into it. So I had this idea that you could choose to do PvP, and I obviously, there's going to be multiple parts of this video because I think there should be set rewards for some kind of reward for the PvP, right? I don't know how it would get there, how they would do it, if it would be based on wins, losses, amount of time, RNG also, who knows? I haven't really thought about that yet, but if you could choose to go into the DZ in a PvP mode where when you get in there, the loot that you have, it basically, your character stays level 30, has everything unlocked, but you get in and you have set gear you can choose from, right? So you got your Alpha Bridge set, you've got, your blind set, you've got whatever set, you've got your tactician set, you have Predator's Mark, and they all have set stats. And then you have a set selection of mods that you can choose from. And then you have a set selection of weapons and weapon mods to choose from. And so it's not all the same, so you can still make a build, right, out of what's given to you, but everybody has access to the same stats. So if you wanted to copy a build exactly, you could. Obviously, people would still want to mix around the builds to see what works with them, what they think would work best, but everybody would have an equal access to the gear is kind of where I'm getting at. And people may disagree with this. This may not be the best idea. It reminds me of, then you can choose the loadouts. You can get in there. People aren't whining saying, oh, the only reason you're good is because you can farm all day long and you live in mom's basement and eat Hot Pockets. No, I don't eat Hot Pockets. I eat burritos, all right? Get over it. I like burritos better. But that way, it's to get away from this, and I think that's part of what's ruining the end game of the DZ is it's come down to everybody's going into the DZ, running circles. You know, you end up having one group that goes rogue the whole time, and then eventually everybody ends up somewhere just talking and maybe doing 1v1s, which gets boring pretty fast and just gets stuck there, right? Like, it would be nice to have kind of like a PvP that shows that gives you a chance to show a little more skill, in my opinion. Not saying that you can't show skill in DZ. I'm not, I'm not knocking on that. Just if there was some kind of way to give you a set stats, but still be able to let you to choose builds. You have access to similar stats, but it's not everyone's going to run the same build. So, this is just the first part of the video. Let me know down below. Do you guys agree? Do you disagree? Is it a terrible idea? Do you think we'll ever see any kind of dedicated PvP in the division, or do you think it will only be DZ open world PvP? Which I don't want them to get rid of, by the way. I think it's fun. I just think you could do a little of both, right? Or find a way to kind of incorporate both ideas. But yeah, just let me know down below. Let me know if you like these videos, guys. If you want to see some other kind of videos, what games you'd like to see me, talk about. Because I kind of like doing these videos where I talk and analyze a little bit. I like kind of seeing the back end of gaming, not just the gaming itself, but look at the business aspects, look at the development aspects. Like, I don't know, it kind of interests me. So, again, guys, hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you do, please drop a sub. Let me know what I can do to make it better. Again, any advice is good advice. So hopefully you guys have a good one.